Hello there, this is RomWills coming back at you with yet another car video. That whole Tracee Ross thing points to a bigger issue. That whole Tracee Ross thing. Now, I'm not going to talk about her in particular, but what she's representing, because there's been big news in the there's been big news about her just talking about she wants a younger man because men closer to her age, which is in the 50s, is more about, she's worried about their toxic masculinity and everything. I'm going to call bullshit on it. I'd call it to her face if I could. Whenever you get like those older aunties and they in shape and everything, and I've talked about this a few times before, whenever they deal with a younger man, they'll come up with all these excuses, but they're only dealing with a younger man because they want that younger D. They want that younger dick. And they will come up with excuses because, if anything, older men tend to be more chill with a woman. Older men tend to be like, let a woman be who she going to be. It's usually younger men who are trying to put a woman on lockdown and everything. An older man is like, hey, whatever, as long as he chill. That's even if they shoot. And then there's another thing with older men. Unfortunately, some older men, they can't get it as hard. Because younger men, that shit like a baseball bat. A lot of younger men, well, that's kind of changed. That's a whole other conversation and everything, right? And, it's like the women will come up with every excuse. Well, I'm messing with a younger man for this reason, or these men are this, or these men stuck in their ways or something. And I've been hearing that. This ain't nothing new Tracee Ross talking about. This ain't nothing new. They will come up with these excuses instead of just being straight up and just saying they want that young dick. That's it. They want that guy going to be lasting long, going to tear them up and everything. And, some guys will think, well, maybe those older women want to control them. Not really. They just want that younger dick. That's all they, especially those aunties that stay in shape. Shoot, Cousin T-Tar did a video about those aunties and stuff. I'm gonna see if I can find that. If he did it publicly, I think he might have. I know he did it on his Patreon, but he talked about those aunties. She was one of them. Cause shoot, those aunties and stuff be staying in good shape. Got their bodies all tight. Shit, they want that man who's gonna be all tight. They don't want some older man. Cause even with Tracee Ross, I gotta really call her out on talking about some toxic masculinity or something. That's some bullshit. As men get older, they tend to be more agreeable and everything. Indeed, that's why some younger women be messing with some older men. Because if it was so motherfucking toxic, why some of these these younger women be messing with these older men? And no, I ain't going to talk about Shannon Sharp, all right? Because even Tracee Ross, I'm just using that for an example. I don't talk about individuals. I'm using Tracee Ross because that's just bringing up a issue that's like constant. You get these older women, they get in their late 40s and 50s and everything. Because really what it is, okay, they still, like I said, their vaginas don't stop working and everything. And they get older, they getting their bodies all tight. Shit, they want that guy going to break their motherfucking back. That's it. Oh, let me say something real quick, because I'm just moved to say something. Because when I did that video yesterday talking about those birth rates, I was a bit more serious. And there was a couple people like, what's wrong? Dude, I ain't no entertainer, motherfucker. Y'all might be, shit. I ain't no entertainer and shit. I'll talk. I mean, I can get entertaining and shit, but I'm more serious. And I was talking about a serious matter yesterday. So any motherfuckers think there was some issue, why don't you pay attention to the issue? Because they talking about that motherfucking thing in the White House. Let me just get that thing going there. They talking about that in the White House. In fact, I almost didn't do the video because I said I don't want any attention from the powers that be. Might get something anyway. I already know they paying attention to me. I ain't going. That's why I don't talk about certain things, but I had to talk about that yesterday. But anyway, Tracee Ross. It ain't about her in particular. Man, please. How many older, man, I'm going to tell you what, when I was younger, I lost count of how many older women I dealt with. I remember I was 22 and stuff. 22, and I remember was studying at this library when I was at the graduate level in school. Met this woman. I ain't gonna say she was young. I was 22. She was 45. And I remember we walked out of this library, and she said, "Hey, you want me to drive you to your car?" I was like, "Oh yeah, sure." Then she went the other way. I was like, "My car is that way." All of a sudden, I'm in her house, dancing to some music, and then whatever follows after dancing. 22 years old. That's the first time I got with a significantly older woman. And shoot. And that's a few times. And they only want that one thing. Because anytime they'll say something like toxic masculinity or this or that, come up with something. They just don't want to just say, they just want a youngin' who got a stiff one, who's going to go up in them, who's going to break their motherfucking back. That's it. It ain't that deep, really. In fact, in my view, they should just go straight up and just say, in fact, they shouldn't even explain. If they get a younger guy, they got a younger guy. When Demi Moore had Ashton Kutcher, or whatever his name is, I think that's his name. I don't be paying attention to a lot of those people. She ain't explain that shit. She just had him. You get a lot of older women, they don't give a fuck. She just felt the need to explain for whatever reason. She ain't need to. If she like younger men, and really part of that was she was probably letting some younger men know she'd be damned. But she just wanted that stiff one. And a lot of these older women, when you see they in shape and stuff, I lost count of how many older women I might have got with. I lost count of how many older women I met who got with a youngin'. Shoot. That's a normal thing. Shoot. Sometimes you get some older women, they'll pay for that youngin'. They'll buy him stuff and everything. Let me slow down. Popo usually around here. As soon as I come over that hill, that Popo slick. And they ain't around here. But that's all it is. Seriously, that's all it is. In fact, that's why you get some of these teachers. These teachers be like virtually every week there's some story of some teacher either getting in trouble for messing with some young guys or something. I saw a story, I think it was a few weeks ago, about some teacher, and she was not ugly. She wasn't ugly. Letting a bunch of young guys run a train on her. They just want it. All it is sex. It's sex, yo. It's sex. It ain't that deep. I did that sit-down video yesterday talking about that. You know, the same sit-down videos where I record them all at one time and everything and put them down. But anyway, there was I talked about women wanting sex and everything. They just want sex. They want sex. They ain't looking for it. They try to pretend like they're looking for relationships. First of all, if a woman, if she by herself, she in her 40s or 50s, she might have been married before, might have had kids already. They ain't looking for anybody serious. They ain't looking for a serious relationship. Now, a few are. I give it to them. A few are. But most of them ain't doing it. Hey, girl. A few of them ain't doing it. A few of them, that's all they really want from a man. They don't want anything serious. Because if they really wanted a relationship, they would get somebody around their age who's likely to look for a relationship. Because when men get older, men be chilling out a bit when they get older. They don't be trying to control the woman. Most of them don't. As a group. They just want to chill. As long as the woman make a meal, suck their dick every now and then, they good. A lot of older guys just happy to get a woman. Shit. In fact, unfortunately, you get a lot of older guys. They just, as long as they can get a woman, do their thing, and have some peace, they'll deal with it. She can have 15 kids. It's like, well, as long as you give me some time. But for toxic, come on. That's some bullshit. If you ever hear older women say that, they'll say some stuff like, because I've heard from the older women, oh, well, you can't keep it up as long. Well, I heard the sex part. He can't keep it up as long. He can't do this. He can't do that. Or they be saying some shit like, oh, he's stuck in his ways or something like that. But then when they deal with that younger guy outside of sex, they don't be trying to change his personality or anything like that. They don't be trying to change all of that. In fact, he might be some wild motherfucker. They don't give a fuck as long as he show up on time. They don't be trying to do anything. They show up for sex and whatever. Shit. Even in my 50s, dealt with some women older than me. All they do is show up at my place and like tear them up, and then they go home. That's recent for me and shit. But all that bullshit they going, or people making a big deal out of it. Because remember what I said in my sit down video. Women want sex. They should, but they be trying to play it off and everything. Oh, I'm getting this guy because of this reason. It's that same bullshit that people get whoever they get. Get a man of another race. Oh, well, yeah, the men of my race are doing this. No, you getting that man because you want that man for whatever reason. Or some women talking about they don't want that real handsome dude. Say, well, nah, they pretty boys. They be in the mirror too much. Nah, they probably just got turned out by a medium ugly dude. They probably just got turned out. See, one thing in this whole society, right? There's a big problem. A lot of men aren't comfortable with a woman's sexual nature publicly, and then women be hiding this shit publicly. Publicly, we don't want to really get into that women just want to fuck. That's a big reason why I did the sit down video saying, hey, women want sex out here. They just want it. But then they got to come up with some reason why they dealing with a particular man. Like if a woman, like I said, like I use that handsome example. You get some women, of course I've said before that women just want, they want to be the better looking one, but sometimes women will go after some guy who might not be all that. Why? Because he can fuck. You get some women who will consciously go after an ugly guy, come up with a bunch of bullshit. It's like, no, motherfucker can fuck. Women, see, understand something. Women get turned on by different things. Women might have some energy. Like that thing with older women. You get some older women, you get some of those aunties, shoot, they be hitting the gym like crazy. They be hitting the gym like crazy. They be hitting the gym. They be working out. Shoot, some of them be married. They be married. Talking about their husbands just like their roommates or something. They ain't having sex anymore. They will come up with any rationale they think people want to hear. Instead of just saying, they just want to fuck. That's really it. That's really it. Women going to get with whoever. And see, some guys got to just listen to that. Don't get mad because of that. Don't be tripping because of that. Women gonna get whoever they get. They be saying whatever, because when they say, I'm gonna be real with y'all, when they say whatever, I don't even get upset over it. I just be rolling. I'm like, hey, okay. You want that motherfucker because you want it. If you get a woman who want a 90-year-old man or something, for whatever reason, trying to say, well, he this or that. No, you just turned on by that. You just turned on by that. If you turned on by that, you turned on by that. You don't have to make any excuses or anything. You gonna like who you like. Yeah, let me see. Okay, let me turn right here. Anyway, because all that other stuff is bull. Fellas, when a woman try to come up with something, she coming up with what she trying to justify and everything. She trying to justify. She trying to look like, oh, everything all right or something. No, they just want to fuck. When you get those older women who want to deal with those younger guys, they just want some dick. They just want some good dick. It's really that simple. All that other stuff they come up with. Now, if they get a guy around their age, not guarantee. Whether it's Tracee or any other woman around that age or older woman, they get a guy around their age, you can dick them down good. They'll come up with some reason there. It was like, well, he got the strength of a young man or something. No, he got a dick that just stayed hard. And he's letting them be a freak. That's it. That is it. Oh, man. Yeah. Seriously, this shit ain't complicated. Women want to fuck out here. Like I said in my sit-down video, women they want sex. Some guys recognize that. Shit, when the women are by themselves, and I've gotten this from several women, and there have been a few times when I been around a group of women, got real quiet, let them get comfortable. They will say it. Like, if you ever get around a group of women, don't say anything. Just get real quiet, let them get real comfortable, and then just pay attention to what they say. The stuff that will come out their mouths, they ain't that deep. They ain't that deep. In fact, I remember I did a consultation with somebody, and it was all by email. Because the dude was calling from a Spanish-speaking country. He couldn't speak English. So we had to use translators, and this was years ago. We had to use like one of those translating programs. And he said, and I told him just what I said right now. And he said he had talked to some women, and this, I forgot what country this was. It was someplace in South America. And he said this woman told him the women be talking about sex all the time, all the motherfucking time. I've talked to several women. They will talk about it. And if you ask them, like one woman, I know she cheated on her husband because she said it. She said she didn't make up. All she said was, I knew she wasn't getting with her husband, but she said she needs something every now and then. I was like, okay. Like women, like when women cheat, they'll say, well, he's being emotional. He ain't being emotional. He ain't being close. Coming for that. No. The bitch wanted some sex. She wanted some good D. It really is. It comes down to that. It comes down to that. All right? That's it. Forget all that other noise. Forget everything's being said. The woman wanted the good D. That's it. That's it. Everything else is some bullshit. It's some straight bullshit. Like that thing with Tracee Ross. Right. So some younger guy is supposedly more advanced. Come on now. Probably some guy ain't still living with his mama or something. You got some of these like younger guys still living at home and shit. Be a full adult still living at home, but he more advanced than some guy closer to her age who probably got something going on, probably got 6, maybe 7 figures. Come on, man. Come on. Come on. Fellas, don't go for the bullshit out here. If a woman want a particular guy, she gonna fuck him. If she don't want a particular guy, she just ain't gonna fuck him. And you got a whole lot of older women out here. They just want a younger guy. Like I said, my first time, and that was just my first time getting kidnapped. You know, I'm 22. This woman 45. She's petite, like in shape, all that stuff. She just wanted something. That's all to it. All that other stuff is just some bow. Everything else is just some justification. Because I'm going to tell you something now. If you let a woman know you don't give a fuck, you don't give a fuck, whatever. I remember I was in Puerto Rico. I'm 30 years old, visiting a friend from college. She had a friend. Before I even met the friend, I said, hey, let your friend know I'm down for older women. Her friend was 49 years old. I remember we were hanging out all day. And I remember we went back to my friend's apartment, right? And the older woman brought a friend some stuff with her, right? Just some clothes, change of clothes, all that stuff. I will never forget, as soon as my friend went in her bedroom, closed the door, all this older woman stuff went off. And she was like, fuck me, fuck me, fuck me. You know you want to. Fuck me, fuck me. I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, kid. Oh, man. She's fine as shit, too. She is fine as shit. Thing is, she ain't make any excuses or anything like that. She know I was down for older women. She wanted to get with me. That's all, too. It ain't that deep, yo. It ain't, seriously, y'all. Fellas, it really ain't that deep. Get off of it. It ain't something you gotta worry about. In fact, I said that on my Patreon. Guys need to worry about their own sexual nature and everything. So I want y'all to think about that, all right? I want y'all to think about it. It ain't that deep. Women want to stroke out here. If they get with a young guy, it's because they wanted to get with a young guy. For whatever reason. Whoever they get with. If they don't want to get with some handsome man or something, hey, they wanted to get with who they got with. Whatever they like, whatever their choices is in a man, that's who they want. That's who they want. That's all to it. So anyway, though, going here, gotta get food and stuff. Yeah. Anyway, get my stuff in here. So anyway, seriously, y'all. They want to stroke. That's it. Forget all the excuses. You hear the excuses. Do this. Yeah, okay. All right. You know you want this hot. Look at her in the eyes. You get some older women. Some of y'all get some older woman or any woman coming up with some excuse why she getting with you. It's like, no, she want to. It could be an older woman. It could be a woman of a different race, whatever. If they don't want you, they just don't want you. If they want you, they want you. Forget everything else is just a justification. For whatever reason. Shit. Whatever type of woman you want, whatever. Shoot, whatever type of man they want. Because I was thinking about a video that's coming out next week. I'm talking about the guys and what they getting. Y'all wait for it next week. Like I said, I do on my couch videos. I do them in like an hour and a half. The same day. I do them early. So, I'm going to tell you what, though. Think on that. Don't get mad. All right? And like I said, I don't got nothing against her personally. I'm just using her as an example. Because a lot of guys concerned about that. And I'm like, why? Talking about some toxic man. Shoot. Tracee just one of those fine aunties. If Cousin Cheetar did a public video on that, I'll talk about that. Because he talked about those aunties. Those tight-bodied aunties. Yeah, I see some of them. Shit, I hooked up with this I remember this woman I hooked up with a few years ago. She was talking about guys. She was a little bit older than me, so that means she about 61, 62 now. She's talking about guys in their 20s who wanted to marry her and stuff, but she had a tight ass body. Shit. Because, well, let me just say this. When you think about sex, it really come down to the body. Because if Tracee was all out of shape or something, she'd be getting who she gonna get. But she got that booty and everything. She knows she can get a young guy. Some young guy gonna tap that shit. Alright? Yeah, I got this thing all over my anything. Why don't y'all tell me? Anyway, hey man, I'll get back with y'all tomorrow, alright? Peace.